Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Oh, you guys, the 1212 portal was amazing. Thank you to all of you that joined me. Unfortunately in session 2 we did have some technical difficulties. I'm going to have to look at moving my webinars to a different platform, but it was really beautiful, and what an intense portal weekend. Please do let me know in the comments down below how you guys have experienced it. I'm always keen to understand how it's kind of moving through and affecting the collective, but it really was a beautiful session. So thank you so much to everyone that took part. Sharing energy that way is so magical, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to do that with you. So thank you. Anyway, welcome to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a while. I love you guys so much, and I have to say a big thank you to those of you that have been sending me donations and watching my commercials. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and it really helps my channel to keep ticking over. And the lovely Catherine, one of my beautiful students, sent me this tarot deck. This is the Sun and Moon tarot, and we're using it in pile 2 today. So thank you so much, Catherine. I really appreciate your generosity. And if you guys would like to donate a tarot deck by way of an energy exchange, you can find a link to my Amazon wish list in the description box below. It does help keep my readings fresh, and I really appreciate it. In fact, most of these decks today were gifts from you guys, except this one. This is the Robin Wood Tarot in pile 1. This is actually a vintage deck, and we've got twin quartz here in pile 1. So pile 2 was that Sun and Moon tarot that Catherine sent to me, and this is Lapis Lazuli. Pile 3 is the Ghost and Spirits tarot, and this was a gift from my student Victoria. She's such a sweet treat. Thank you, Victoria. And this is Ametrine. And then this is the Witches tarot, which was also a gift from my lovely student Alessandra in Italy, and this is a piece of aura coated rose quartz with the Witches tarot. So take your time choosing a pile. The timestamps are always in the description box below and in the comments. Now I prefer to choose by the timestamps personally, but there's no right or wrong way to choose. Just see which one you're drawn to, and if you are drawn to more than one pile, it just means that there's messages in more than one pile for you. Don't forget to make a note in the comments of which pile you've watched today, because these are timeless readings. You may be drawn back to this video at a later date, and if you've made a note of which pile you've already watched, you'll know not to go over old ground. Deep breath. I'm excited for this. I love this reading, and of course we're asking, what do you really need to know about love, your love life right now? These are the signs you're asking for. I always ask that you do choose a sign. Ask the universe to send you a sign. It could be a symbol, an object, an animal, a place, a name, a person, any sign you want, a symbol, a word. Just think of something. Ask the universe, and hopefully the universe will bring it through in your reading, which just helps you validate what you're hearing. So I'll see you at your pile. Bye. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Robin Wood Tarot with this beautiful piece of clear twin quartz. And we are asking today, what do you need to know about your love life right now? What does Spirit want you to know about what's going on in love right now? What do you need to know the most? So I'm going to pull some cards first to figure out what your story is, just to get some context. Remember to ask for some signs. Ask the universe to include some signs in the reading that help validate it for you. It's going to help you accept it. You can ask for an animal, an object, a place, a song, a symbol, a word, a specific word, anything at all that's going to help you anchor this. Just take a deep breath. Set your intentions for what you're needing to know and the signs you're needing to receive. I'm going to pull a ton of oracle cards, so there's lots of opportunities for those signs to come through. And we're going to pull some charms as well for this reading. So part 1, your love life right now. What do you need to know? What are you acknowledging? What's the guidance for you moving forward? Let's have a look. So for your current situation, we've got the 6 of Cups in reverse, the 3 of Cups, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles. I've got lots of fairies and nymphs here, children also, for those of you who are asking, some swallows over here. I feel like you've been on and off with a person who's run away. They weren't ready to take responsibility, and you thought this person was your soulmate. You thought it was going to be, something really special. There was lots of really good times. but I feel like it never quite got to the stage where either one of you was discussing feelings. And then this person just felt it got too heavy for them and they've run. And you're left kind of feeling really confused. You're left wondering, you know, what on earth happened? What did you do wrong? Because you thought there was something really deep and meaningful here. You felt it. You were so absolute that you felt it. So let's see what Spirit needs you to know about these circumstances. We've got the Tower in reverse. We've got the 9 of Cups in reverse. We've got the 4 of Cups. We've got the 2 of Wands in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. I'm going to get some Oracle cards as well. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle. We've got Dog Spirit. I'm going to get one more. And we've got Electric Eel Spirit. That's very cool. Just move these over and put that one there. Okay. So, current guidance for you, part 1. Your situation, what are you acknowledging? We've got Clean It Up. And from the Sacred Earth Oracle, we will be pulling way more cards. We're going to keep going. We've got Repetition. Okay. And we've got some kind of buffalo here. We've got a stag, a dog, an electric eel. We've got horses, black and white horses down here for you guys that are looking for signs. Even though this feels like a disaster, I feel you're so frustrated with yourself because you've been here before. This is a repeating cycle for you. We've got this repetition. I want to bring this closer so you can see, but you can see here this person kind of wearing a mask. We've got this kind of half and half in the light, half connected to our intuition, and the other part of us in the dark, fearful, wearing a mask, not moving with the divine flow of energy. And so it feels like this is a cycle you're repeating. You've been in this situation before and you're frustrated with yourself because you really did feel it was different this time. You feel that you've behaved differently. You feel that you've done, you know, all of the right things. You've tried to play it cool. And you thought this person was different also. You know, this person was someone that really inspired you. I feel both of you are quite creative, and it was just this energy of magical companionship and being able to feel into each other's words and thoughts even. You know, when you're kind of finishing each other's sentences and there's just so much to talk about, it just feels like it moved so effortlessly, and this electric chemistry as well. You know, this creative passion, bringing ideas to life together. Be loyal to what you love, though, dog spirit. So it feels like, you know, this old cycle that's repeating, even though there's this feeling of devastation again, this time you know what to do to pull yourself back round. But there really is a need to acknowledge here how you have followed some of the same patterns. And again, it feels like for you, you know, in your mind, you feel like you haven't. But I'm really guided to remind you that energy doesn't lie, that sometimes when we're playing games and we're following the rules, i.e. trying to play it cool, you know, not calling up, not chasing this person, what you're doing is controlling your actions and behaviours. And that's a really positive step. Your ability to show that kind of self-restraint does demonstrate that you have healed considerably and that you're much more in control of your emotional impulses, and you know, you're much more capable of soothing yourself. But it still wasn't genuine because those impulses were still there. The energy was still chasing. The energy was still needy. The energy was still clingy. And this is revealed here with this 9 of Cups in reverse. You know, this is the energy of emotional instability, emotional imbalance. You know, your heart wasn't giving and receiving in an equal, balanced and harmonious way. These energies were still very turbulent. And whilst you had a greater level of control, the goal isn't just control. It's about healing the need to be in control. It's about surrender. And so this was always going to turn out this way because you're still going through that old cycle, even though you're trying to develop this independence and release the need for someone else, you've got to be real with yourself that it's still in you. And so, whilst you're still trying to direct the course of the course of this connection, you're moving yourself further and further out of alignment with the divine flow of energy that actually leads you there. This dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. I feel like you lose yourself a little bit in relationships as well. And this alone time, you spend so much time focusing on the other person, worrying about what went wrong, focused on a reunion like this Three of Cups energy here, that you're missing this opportunity to be loyal to the love within you, to be loyal to yourself. You're missing this opportunity to continue your healing path. It's like you arrived at this moment where you just thought, I'm ready. I can get the ball rolling now. I can start having relationships. I feel like I'm ready. And so it just feels like a crushing blow for you to hear that maybe you're not. But the fact that you're still crushed by the idea that it's not time for you to be with someone really demonstrates how you're not ready. If you can't be happy and comfortable in your own energy, if you can't soothe that energy of longing for love within you, you're going to continue repeating this cycle and approaching relationships from the perspective of what you can get from them. And this is what's made your person flee. For them, the intensity that arose in this felt too heavy. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault. We're going to take a look at this person's energy. It's not about blaming. It's about understanding the underlying root. And you've been ruminating about this in your mind, but it's just energy. It's not what you did or didn't do. It's how the energy is within you and how the energy is within them as well. I want to take a look at this person that's fled. I feel like they had a heavy burden to carry anyway. Okay, so we've got the Three of Wands. We've got Death. We've got the King of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Swords. So this is someone that's very flighty. This is someone that feels very career focused to me, but is perhaps also facing financial difficulties. This is someone that keeps a lot of plates spinning as far as their financial responsibilities are concerned. Perhaps a business person or someone that's got lots of deals or projects going on. Someone that's very, very busy. It won't be accurate for all of you, but there's an indication towards gambling here for some, or big risk taking in their work or career. But this person's constantly waiting to see what's next. These are very unsettled energies for your person. And for sure, with this Death energy, this is someone that's going through a really painful transformation. When the Death card comes up, that's an ending of one phase in their life and a beginning of another. And that kind of transformation is really uncomfortable. And they're not feeling very empowered right now. They're certainly not feeling very sexy or passionate or desirable. This is someone that's definitely got low self-worth and believes that their self-worth is rooted in their material successes and achievements and, how they present themselves to the world. This is someone that's desperately trying to reinforce their ego through the practice of advancement in their career or, financial life. They're disconnected from their heart space as well. There's no emotion here. And when the Knight of Swords comes up, this is someone that's very hasty. This is someone that runs away. This is someone that says things impulsively without really thinking it through. They try and be smart and shrewd and clever. But in real terms, this is someone that's doing a pretty poor job of being real, authentic, and of managing the situation from a place of integrity. This is someone who ghosts, who runs, who tries to wheedle their way out of things with white lies and miscommunication, pretend misunderstandings. So, this is someone that really isn't able to invest. And this, it's not just because your energy is imbalanced that this person's gone. As I said, it's not about blame, but it's also because theirs is. In real terms, this person is definitely, as I said, at this place in their life where things are, I'd say, pretty rough. Things are rough for this person. They are trying to find some balance and stability, but they're trying to create that. They're in the process of creating that, and they're finding that incredibly stressful. They are very disempowered right now. Their ego is fragile. This person is probably very unresponsive even to the most constructive criticism because their ego is so fragile right now. So what do you need to know about them and how they're feeling about this connection? We've got the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So this is someone that stabs you in the back before you stab them. This is someone that is so afraid of being rejected that they always run first. And because they're so disconnected from their emotions, it's easy for them not to have too much of a conscience about that. When they feel things are getting too deep, when they feel their emotions rising to the surface and themselves losing control in that way, when they feel things getting intense, this person takes flight. And they've done this before. Okay, you need to know that this isn't just you. You mustn't take this personally. This is how this person operates. They have been hurt so badly in the past that they will do anything to avoid that kind of pain again. And they don't even realize that they're doing this. They'll always find some other excuse. In this case, it's their work. I have to focus on this. I have to be a better person. They will do everything they can to make themselves feel good, except, open up emotionally. That's an area which they've chosen not to work on, not to focus on. And so this connection just started to get a little bit too emotional for them. And they don't feel worthy or abundant enough. This is someone that has not been really crystal clear and honest with you about what they really have and who they really are. This is someone who may have madly exaggerated their financial situation or their career or their successes to impress you. In truth, they're not as victorious as they present, and they certainly do not trust themselves to be victorious in this relationship. This person has very much put you on a pedestal and decided, I can't win here. I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to get stabbed in the back just like I always do. So I've got to go. So it does feel like you are dealing with a very avoidant person here. And I don't think they really are connected to their feelings. No, look, their feelings are suspended. We've got the Hanged Man here. This is someone who is refusing to look from that perspective. We've got the Devil there as well. So this is someone that engages in distracting behaviours. And this is represented as sexual deviance in this card, bondage. And really, they may reach for the light, but they don't have the courage to pull themselves out of that shadowy comfort zone, because this is normal to them. It's normal to them to be in unhealthy, distracting situations that have no emotional depth or value. That's where they feel safe. So let's get some more guidance cards to you. How do you move forward with this, part one? How do you move forward with this connection? We see that there's healing and inner work to be done for you, but what else do you need to know about what you can do now regards this person? We've got the Fates. So, the Fates is all about leaving it up to the gods, and I just hear almost a real sigh and grunt of frustration as I pull this card, because I feel like you're sick of hearing about divine timing. And I want to remind you again, if you're sick of hearing about divine timing, the energy of impatience really demonstrates where you need to heal. This journey is about letting go. It's about letting go of control. Stop trying to control your life. This is a time to take a breather and to figure out who you really are, rather than, trying to latch onto anything that you feel might give you a way out from this hole you feel inside of you. You have to fill that hole yourself. And the universe right now is giving you signs to move you in the direction of being able to do that. But, you're very determined that you want a relationship, that you want love now. You're very determined that you're ready. You're not trusting in the divine flow of energy. We've got Poised as well. This is about being ready. This is about standing still where you are and being ready and trusting that love is coming to you, that you're going to have it, when you're balanced and you find that alignment. chop wood. This is the same as clean it up. You know, this is the energy of doing the work. The longer you delay the work, you know, the longer you delay your own evolution and forward progression. What do you need to know about this person and how you move forward with them? The story isn't over. We've got the never-ending story, but you're going to keep going around in circles unless you show up different. You have an opportunity next time to be ready, you know, rather than repeating this cycle, to be able to conduct it in a different way. And I really feel like your person, you know, is kind of bettering themselves behind the scene, but their focus isn't in emotion. You know, their focus is in their material world. And you're being asked to learn discernment as well. Now, if you watch a lot of these readings, you've got to be able to feel into each one and recognize which messages are for you and which aren't. Quite often we cling to the messages we want to hear, okay? And that's our ego. That's our ego that wants something now. It wants to hear that everything's going to be okay. It wants to keep us safe. But discernment allows you to be true to yourself. It allows you to ask, what are the obstacles here blocking me from really having what I want? Yeah, because there's no shortcut to getting what we want. Everything worth having requires an investment or a sacrifice of some kind. In this case, you're only being asked to sacrifice time. And I know you think you haven't got time, but you're being asked to trust. Because I feel like your person, you know, they're going to come back around for sure. This is a never-ending story. And we've got another fairy here for any of you that have been asking for signs, lots of hearts and eyes. But, you know, I do feel that there's this huge disparity between you two right now, and that this is a period of evolution for both of you. You know, it needs to occur for both of you. They haven't let go of you yet. You know, I pulled this card and said, you know, what are they going to do next? What's their intention? We've got the starfish spirit here, open to infinite possibility. And this is also a number 14, which reduces to a number 5, the number of change and evolution and transformation and higher learning. It's transcendence. But the starfish is also that clinging on energy. You know, this person is open to this connection still. They've just closed the door temporarily. It's going to come back round. They haven't yet let go, but you still need to be learning to apply discernment so that you can get the messages you need from the universe. And really, you should be going within. You know, if you're watching too many of these readings and you're getting confused, that is a clear sign that you need to start leaning back on your own intuition. You know, the universe is always there for you to lean back into. You've got to start tapping into your own truth. We've got Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Armadillo spirit and vulture spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Nothing is wasted. Love is never wasted. Love is never, ever wasted. Don't be kicking yourself for ever giving too much, you know, or for not having given enough. You didn't do anything wrong here. Your energy just isn't ready. This is why you've still not got this handle on healthy boundaries. This is why you're still struggling with that in this connection. But you've got this layer of discernment within you that you need to tap into and practice. So let's get some cards from the Keepers of the Light deck and some charms to close this out with. Honestly, your person is going to come back round, but they have this habit of taking off again when things get deep and they're not ready to open up. Although, as I say this fell out. Paul the Venetian, experience grace. That's really beautiful. Okay, let's get some charms to you guys as well. Oh, we'll keep that one that fell out. So we have got the prickly cactus, sad songs, it's too peoply outside, Italia, introvert, the cobweb, the empower fist, and a piece of amethyst. And then this one was you are safe with me. We've got Paul the Venetian. Let me get another couple to go with him. Right, we've got Hilarion, divine healing, Kuan Yin, care and compassion, and Archangel Michael trusting heaven. Your person is going to remain prickly and defensive for some time. This is about understanding that they can only meet you on the bridge as far as they have met themselves. It's not that they're rejecting your love, it's that this person is rejecting love in general. They're not ready to open their hearts to love. And so you're being asked to respect this and to give it time and to stop taking it personally, to stop seeing it as a personal rejection of yourself. In truth, you are safe in this connection. It may not feel like it, but because this person shows up as so uncommitted. But, they're not going to... I'm reluctant to say they're not going to hurt you because they are hurting you. But, this is going to work out long term. In the meantime, though, you need to let it go. You shouldn't be holding on this tightly. You should be giving control or back to the universe. Just trust that this is going to work out how it's meant to. The only focus that you need to have right now is on you. I feel like with these energies here, you've not been giving yourself the opportunities to really get out and enjoy life. We've got introvert, it's too peeply outside. We've got sad songs. This is someone that's indulging their sadness and refusing to kind of pull themselves up by their own bootstraps and march forward. And in truth, there is so much healing and care available to you if you step outside and really seek it. And, your person needs to do the same. You're so frustrated with them that they're not healing, that they're not opening their heart, that they're not showing up, that they're not advancing on this journey. But you can only take responsibility for you. And right now you're dwelling in sadness. You're not recognizing your power to step into divine healing, to experience grace. It says, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal, and your light can support others. You're not recognizing how powerful you are on this journey as a result of your intuitive access and the divine protection and care and healing that is extended to you. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. When you start reconnecting with your higher self, you're going to feel really compelled to do it more. And you're going to feel really, a strong impulse to support others on this journey. We've got this Kuan Yin, choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Step into service, step into mission work, step into something that's going to make you feel good and valued and appreciated it rather than continue to look for that in romantic relationships. We've got Archangel Michael, trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels, stand close, surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Nothing is wasted. Be in gratitude and grace, that's come up twice for you. And remember, you are safe has come up twice. There is divine protection around you right now. Just because your person's ready doesn't mean you can't be ready and poised. Remember that poised energy that came through? I never know what this means to someone. Perhaps this is a sign that you've asked for. There's connections between you and your person to Italy. Maybe you need to go there. Maybe you've been thinking of going there. Who knows? But a web. The energy of a web is the energy of being trapped. But it's also, for the spider, the industrious, hardworking spider, it's home. It's a way to catch what you need. It's a way to, feed yourself. So I feel like there's a message here about not being too trapped or caught up in work. Make sure you give yourself the time. I feel like it's you may have been very focused on work as well and then coming home and sitting in that sad energy on your own. It's good that you're making time for yourself, but you need to use it more productively. Remember your power, your divine feminine power. You are so ready for this. I hope that was helpful, part one. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, as always. And please let me know in the comments down below if this resonated for you and if there's any feedback. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to make a note of which one you watched as well, which pile, because these are timeless readings, as I said in the intro. If you do get drawn back to this video at a later date, you'll know which one you've watched if you've made a note of that. Okay, so thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing and tapping the little bell icon next to it so you get an update every time I post. And I will see you next time. If you would like to check out any of my services, including spirit release therapy and whatnot, and my classes, you can find all that information at happysouls1111.com. I am doing Reiki attunements in the new year as well, which I'm very excited about. I hope to see you there. I'm not doing private bookings at the moment, but if you join the mailing list on my website, you will be the first to know when I open my diary. Lots of love, happy souls. See you next time. Bye. Hello, part 2. Welcome to your reading. And we are asking today, what do you need to know about your love life? Your love life right now. And this is the sign that you have been asking for, all of the messages you need the most from Spirit. And I want you to literally ask for a sign. Just take a moment to close your eyes and take a really deep breath. Just think about a sign. Ask the universe to give you a sign. It could be an animal, a name, a song, a space, a place, a word, a symbol, anything at all, an object. And it just helps to anchor the message. It helps to validate what you're hearing today. So I'm going to pull some cards first to ask what the current situation is. I just want to understand the situation. I want to understand what's happening in your love life right now, so the rest makes sense and I know what questions to ask moving forward. And this is the Sun and Moon Tarot that was a gift from Catherine, one of my lovely, lovely students. Thank you so much, Catherine. Right, let's do this. What's happening for you right now, part 2? I've got the King of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. I feel like you're married to a soulmate. Got the Three of Wands in reverse, but you're not fulfilled and you're afraid to leave. You're afraid to leave. You're afraid to turn your back on this. Why would you want to? Why are you unfulfilled? Page of Cups, the romance is dead. There's not a balance, equal balance of give and take in this connection. It feels like your person, your spouse is maybe a very good provider. They're very nurturing. It's a very comfortable arrangement, but the spark isn't there. I feel like you've both grown apart. But there is this love there. You do care deeply for this person. You know, it feels like there is that genuine soul connection. You do feel like they're a soulmate. But the love isn't as romantic and electric as it once was. It feels stable, but there's something missing for you. I feel like your person doesn't value your needs in the way that you need them to. They don't understand your intuitive and emotional depths. They may be very judgmental, in fact, of who you are. You may feel like you need to hide some of yourself. Because this Eight of Cups in reverse, you know, this is the energy of wanting to run away. This is the energy of wanting to find yourself, of thinking there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more. This doesn't feel like it's everything. So let's get some more cards for you. I feel like you feel guilty as well for wishing for something more, because you feel like you've been very blessed and that you have so much already. We've got Strength, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Swords, the High Priestess, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. What's this Three of Swords about? The Ace of Swords. Now, if you were looking for signs, we've had a black horse out. We've got an eagle. I don't know what this bird is down here, but we've got water lilies. We've got swords, stars, moons, lots and lots of moons, leaves and feathers. We've got a dolphin and more water lilies here. We've got a bridge. Pile 2. See, the thing about you is you're not giving up. You're not good at giving up on things. You have this incredible energy of endurance. Once you do something, you like to stick with it and see it through. You hate to fail. You hate to, give up on things. I feel like this has probably been what you've been like in work and friendships. You stick with things longer than you should. Now, this Three of Swords, when I asked what this was about, and we got the Ace of Swords, I think this is because you're not aligned with your truth. The heartbreak and the sorrow comes from knowing that you're somehow misplaced. It's not that there's anything really wrong with where you are, even though you look for something that's wrong to justify this urge to run away. but you just feel like there's more for you. You feel like the conversation here, the way you interact is unfulfilling. This Page of Swords, this is someone that doesn't share the same intellectual kind of communication style as you as well. You may have very different interests. So even though you're both capable of deep, communication, when it comes to, I don't know, philosophizing or talking about whatever it is you enjoy about life, speculating and ruminating about life, this is all, logically speaking, you both work in a very different way, have different interests, and you just don't feel like you can be yourself here. The High Priestess coming up, it feels like this is where this growth is occurring for you. You're very connected to your emotional and intuitive senses, and you're really hoping that someone can understand that part of you. And this Queen of Cups, you feel like you've got so much love to give and no outlet for it, so much romance, and you just feel like, you can give so much more to a relationship, but that there's no outlet for it here. There's no simpatico. You're struggling to give up. What's turned your head? What's this Three of Swords? I want to know more about that. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Judgment in reverse. The Page of Wands. Do you know, it's not really clear. The Three of Swords can often indicate a third party, and I'm on the fence as to whether you have one or not, or whether there's someone else that you've not let go of that's turned your head. But I do think regardless, these energies are about letting go of who you were. They're realizing that you've changed and evolved, and you're afraid to step out of that old version of you. It's literally like shedding skin. And by the way, we've got a tiger here, we've got an angel, sand castles as well, and a palm tree. It just feels like you're not ready to let go of who you were. Again, it's that not giving up energy. This is kind of not really being sure who you are and if you're ready to transform. But there's something in you that pulls you towards this spiritual, playful energy, this energy of creation and possibility. It feels so stuck and boring where you are, and like you've got no outlet for this impulsive desire and passion and romance and creativity. It feels very stuck. So let's get some guidance cards out for you. I'm going to get some oracle cards as well. This is a spirit animal oracle. We're going to get lots of charms out as well. Right, we have got cat spirit. Ooh, we've got bobcat spirit, so 2 cats there for you. We've got ant spirit. We've got deer spirit. Let's get some of these also. So this is the wisdom of the oracle. We've got imagine, to the sea, and time to go. Wow. Let's get some more tarot cards. These are powerful energies for you, part 2. I feel like you've been wanting to make this leap for a while. We've got the Hanged Man, the 9 of Swords, the Hierophant in reverse, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 4 of Cups in reverse. I want to say that you've learned all you've needed to learn from this soul connection you're in. And we've got to be very careful here, because this 9 of Swords, all of these tarot cards have been given their own label. In this deck, it's coming up as cruelty. And I did get a sudden kind of lump in my throat of, maybe for some of you, there is some unpleasant energy in the situation that you're in the relationship that you're in. If that's the case, if you're facing some kind of emotional, physical, coercive abuse, you know, there is this energy of being afraid to be yourself here. And I know this isn't going to resonate with all of you, but because it's come up as such a strong feeling, this cruelty and this image of someone just absolutely devastated by what's happening to them. All the energies here are asking you to move away regardless. But if this is the case, then you really have to. You have to choose you. You have to start stepping into your power. Because, you know, historically speaking, you have a 100% track record of succeeding when you do something. You stick with it and you work hard. You know you have the energy to start again. But that's not going to be true to all of you, but it feels like it is for some of you. For some of you, this is just stress. It's about being cruel to yourself, putting yourself through the mental anguish of trying to consider everybody's needs, you know, trying to make everyone comfortable. In truth, you're only responsible for your own happiness. And if there's children involved, you know, it's important to recognise that the best parents are happy parents, that when you make decisions that support your happiness, obviously there has to be a balance there, but, you know, not all families have parents living together, and that can be okay if the parents are happy and loving. You've got time to go to the sea. Now, this doesn't just suggest that maybe it's, you know, there's another bridge here. This is the second time this symbol has come up for you. This suggests that perhaps it's not just about, you know, walking away, but literally maybe crossing oceans, maybe moving to another area. There might be a need for you to travel. There might be a need for you to start over somewhere else. Whatever the literal interpretation of these time to go into the sea cards, they're both about moving on. You know, about moving forward and trusting in the divine flow of energy. You're being asked to co-create this way forward through your own intuitive awareness, you know, to apply the law of attraction. The animal spirits as well, claim your independence. Trust that you don't need to know where you're going as well. Life is a mystery. You know, you can imagine how it would like to unfold, but it's exciting to start over and seeing where the divine flow of energy takes you. We've got time to collaborate, and down here we've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So these are kind of contradicting messages, but I feel like you need to broaden your horizon when it comes to looking for these missing pieces of the puzzle here. You need to work with your soul tribe. I feel like these two cards, my instinct when they came out together, the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles, was that you've learned your lessons in this relationship that you're in, that there's no longer a need to collaborate. So for me, this collaborate energy that's coming out here is about collaborating outside of the box, you know, looking for people in your zone of awareness to help you find that unity within, to help you find wholeness. This is about seeking healing and studying and finding the resources to get you where you need to be. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. And this is about being gentle with yourself. It's a number 18 card, which is also connected strongly to the energy of the moon in tarot. But when it reduces to 9, also the energy of the hermit and the power of solitude and that inner reflection and taking care of ourselves. So there's a real need here to look after yourself and to be gentle with yourself, to forgive yourself, to be compassionate with yourself. You know, if one of your friends approached you right now, one of your dear friends that you really care about, and expressed how unhappy they were in their relationship and this struggle they're having about coming or going, you would not beat them up verbally in the way that you beat yourself up in your mind. You've really got to start being a lot more gentle with yourself. You're allowed to feel dissatisfied. You're allowed to feel unfulfilled. You're allowed to make decisions for yourself that support your happiness. You can't be responsible for everybody's comfort and well-being, not at the expense of your own. You're allowed to choose you. I feel that's a really important message. We've got the energy of the Hanged Man here as well. You know, the Hanged Man asks you to surrender to what is. I think accepting your situation and relieving yourself of all the guilt and fear surrounding your, you know, the feelings. If you can elevate yourself above all of that strong current of emotion and fear and anxiety and blame and all of that energy, just to get yourself above it into stillness so that you can co-create this new way forward, see things from a fresh perspective. And you've got the Four of Cups in reverse here. You're not going to be lonely. Don't fear being alone. You know, that in part, I feel it both excites you and terrifies you because you wonder if you can cope alone. So, you know, Spirit wants to remind you how determined and diligent and strong you are, and how capable you are. Let's get some messages for what you can expect moving ahead to help you prepare. So this is a Sacred Earth Oracle. We've got unity, we've got friction, we've got context, and we've got time. Okay, let's get some charms as well. Well, I'm going to grab that one that fell out of my hand. That's the dead battery. Hard times. Fake news. I've got the paper fortune teller. Save yourself. And hello, I'm a bad idea. And these ones that fell out was the spider web and the light and dark counterparts. So, I mean, I think we've got to be real here. Leaving any relationship, no matter the circumstances, is really, really challenging. And you've got to give yourself time above all else. This is the energy that jumped out as the most powerful overriding message here. And this is such a beautiful image. You can just see the image of that deer spirit as well, just moving away into the distance. We've got the owl. There's so much divine feminine energy here. We've got that sun and moon combination, all of this beautiful growth, this inner child as well, this divine feminine symbol down here. Such a beautiful card and energy. Give yourself time. Remember that everything that's shifting and transforming takes time. You know, if you're watching these readings every week and getting frustrated that you're hearing the same messages, you've got to remember that a week is just a drop in the ocean. Or this whole transition, this whole cycle of becoming who you are needs an investment of time and some patience on your part for this growth to happen. You're connecting to your intuitive senses, and the truth is being illuminated for you in a way that it wasn't before. You know, you're developing this wisdom and this ability to grow through your inner child wounds, which is in part why you've outgrown the relationship you're in. You just need to trust that everything's going to unfold in divine timing, but there is going to be some discomfort to go through here. You know, we've got hard times and friction. And as I said, relationships are never easy to move on from, and they're never easy to stay in when we want to move on. So you've got to really take care of yourself in this time. Again, we've got this dead battery. You know, make sure you're fueling your own tank, topping yourself up, accessing all of this beautiful, powerful spiritual source energy. You know, through your connection to the earth, there's a lot of, you've got these berries here and lots of earthy, very earthy symbols for you. You know, stay grounded, spend more time in nature, recognize your power to heal through the clear and loving energies that are available to you in your environment, around you. You know, unity is about finding that connection within as well. We've got save yourself here. You know, give yourself that love that you're longing for. You know, also I'm really drawn to the fact that this is red. That's the colour of the root chakra, the energy of healing our trauma and inner child wounding. And again, context. You know, for me, this card coming up as context is, and also this very childlike image. The dragonfly is a powerful symbol. It represents skimming the surface of emotion. And what this card is showing you is that there is this dissatisfaction you feel, this hole that you feel inside of yourself is very deeply rooted. It's in your inner child. And this will give context to why you're struggling, why you're holding on to things that don't serve you. You know, all of this red hair here, there's a deep inner child wound, a fear of abandonment, a fear of rejection that you've only skimmed the surface of. There's still more deeper healing here to do, and also so much inspiration to be received. as a result of that healing. You know, we had that Page of Wands energy for you earlier as well, about stepping into that creative, excited version of yourself. You've subdued your energy and your sense of creativity and wonder for so very long. This is about unlocking the truth of who you are again, trusting in the divine flow of energy. You know, you may be tangled up right now, and we've got this web energy here, this feeling of being trapped, but trust that, you know, good fortune is on your side, that you can co-create your way out of this. It's going to take time, but, you know, you're going to get there. Fake news, when this comes up for me, this is, in fact, let me get a clarifier for that. I'm going to pull one of these Sun Moon Tarot cards. What's the fake news about? Because I felt it was a warning. The Ace of Wands. So for me, this is asking you to be wary of false gurus, false healers, apply discernment when you're looking for spiritual guidance. You know, look at a variety of resources and question them, and look at reviews and really feel into it with your inner compass. Because, you know, if you're going to be moving forward in this very healing, very spiritual way, I'm guided that you need to make sure you're not being pulled towards the wrong advice. There's a message here about people around you maybe preying on your fears, preying on your vulnerabilities, or, you know, working from an egoic energy that aren't trustworthy. So you're being asked to recognize that. That's what I got with these two energies. This is, hello, I'm a bad idea. And I feel like your real soulmate is out there. They're just unawakened at the moment. You've got to trust that there is someone out there for you, but you need to give yourself time to transform, to move through this connection you're in. There's no pressure here for you. You know, it's always in your own hands. But the message for you here is definitely to start taking care of yourself so that you can navigate this period of your life with more dignity and more grace. Big, deep energies to you, part two. Let me get some of these Keepers of the Light cards to send you on your way with. We've got Dwal Call, I love him. Dharma Unfolding and Green Tara, what beautiful energies. Dwal Call, Dharma Unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to be to happiness. This is about trust as well. Just trust that this new path is unfolding for you. It's going to be okay. And Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Trust in the next steps for yourself. I really hope that was helpful, part two. Sending you so much love and so much light. Please do tell me in the comments down below. I love to hear back from you guys. And that was such a detailed reading. I know it won't resonate for everyone, but I love to hear when it has helped. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time. If you do like it, please tap the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos like this. If you tap the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, you will get an update every time I post. I can't wait to see you next time. If you'd like to find out more about my services, you can find it all on my website at happysouls1111.com. I offer spirit release. There's some classes and webinars happening. I'm not offering private readings at the moment, but if you subscribe to the mailing list on my website, you will be the first to know every time I open my diary. And you can also find me on Instagram at happysouls1111. I will see you next time. Lots of love. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, which was a gift from the lovely Victoria, one of my students. And this here is a piece of Ametrine. It's really beautiful. So, we're asking, what's going on in your love life right now, Pile 3? What do you need to know the most? We want a sign, so take a really deep breath for me. And just say to the universe to send me a sign. And you can be really specific about what sign you want. You can ask for an animal, a place, a name, a word, an object, a song, I don't know, anything, a symbol. See what comes through in the cards soon. I hope you get your sign. It just helps to anchor and validate the message you're hearing. I'm going to pull some cards first to ask, you know, what's your current situation? What's going on in your love life right now so that I can understand? And then we're going to get some guidance for you on that in terms of how you can move forward for your highest good in love. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. There's so many of you. It's lovely. so, so very exciting to be part of this community. You guys really do show me so much gratitude. The comments and the emails and the messages I get from you and the donations is just humbling and overwhelming and wonderful on a daily basis. Thank you so much. What's going on for you, Path 3? What's going on in your love life right now? We have got the Magician in reverse. We have got the Four of Cups in reverse. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Star. So I feel like you're single right now. But you really don't want to be alone. You know, these are the energies of someone who is really struggling with loneliness, someone that's just so sick of not having that best buddy to lean on, you know, obviously a romantic buddy, but, you know, that energy, someone that's feeling very disempowered. They don't know who they are and they don't know how to find it. I feel like you're very confused at the moment. You keep hearing these messages about healing yourself and standing in your power and figuring out who you are. And I feel like you are bettering yourself, but you work very, very hard. You work really hard. You know, I feel like you throw yourself into, it's either career or studies. You know, you get a lot of self-worth and esteem from doing well in the world, working hard, taking care of yourself. This is a very independent energy, but it's also, I'm hearing, a coping mechanism for you, you know, to throw yourself into work when you're feeling this loneliness, to fill your life up somehow. It's like a trauma response. I do feel that despite this crushing loneliness that sometimes sucks you under, you're overall, you have this lovely, light, optimistic and quite cheerful energy. You do dare to believe that life can be fulfilling, and you're really into, this feels like the law of attraction, manifestation. You know, there's definitely a pull towards positive mental attitude and resilience and trying to be strong. You know, these moments of loneliness are when you're on your own and it kind of cripples you at the end of the day when you're not keeping yourself busy. But yeah, there's so much confusion here around what you're meant to be doing to be happy. It feels like, you know, I don't know how to love myself. I don't know how to be happy. I'm doing my best. I'm working hard. I'm trying to take care of myself. And I feel you are taking baby steps. But there is this feeling of not being sure. And the message for you from Spirit is, my beautiful soul, you already have all the skills and the tools that you need. It's just about unblocking them and about recognizing your divinity. So let's see what the guidance is for you moving forward in love. What's on the horizon for you? How can you improve your chances? What are the obstacles? You know, what do you need to unlock the door to love? Okay, we've got the Fool in reverse. We've got the Death card. We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. We've got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And we've got the Hanged Man. Do you know, I'm going to bring these cards a bit closer for those of you that are looking for signs, by the way, because they're quite small. We've got some eagles here and angels and feathers. In this Four of Cups, we've got this kind of very watery energy, this energy of drowning, in fact. In this Ace of Wands, we've got this beautiful stream or river and lots of twinkling lights. In the Eight of Pentacles, lots of trees, lots of growth, a kind of gnome or pixie type energy. The Star features these beautiful angels. The Fool, there is a dog here as well, these hobgoblins. We've got skulls here with the Death card. The Eight of Swords features this kind of, yeah, we've got skeletons and skulls here as well, this kind of portal or vortex of energy. In the Five of Pentacles, we've got this ghostly, angelic, fairy presence and an apple. And in this Hanged Man energy, again, more skeletons, more kind of ghostly energies. I feel like you're actually doing a lot of the right things. It just feels so slow and so tedious for you. And so this is the feeling of like being trapped in this never-ending cycle of trying so very hard to get where you want to be and not getting there, and wondering, am I doing the right things? Am I moving in the right direction? Why isn't this happening for me? It's the energy of someone that's quite tired as well. But there is an element of confusion around what you should or shouldn't be doing. And I do feel that there are diverging paths that could be explored here. For sure, the overall message, and I almost don't want to say it because I know you're tired of hearing it, is but you're not ready for that new beginning in love. And you're really being asked to honour and commit to the path now, to what's happening to you now, rather than resisting and resenting where you are. Allowing yourself to honour where you are and commit to where you are, because there is some deep transformation happening. The death card's coming up a lot lately. Now, we've just come through Scorpio season, but for me, death is the energy of winter as well. And as we approach the winter solstice, this is a really powerful time for letting go and for recognising that period of waiting for transformation to occur. In autumn and winter, when the energies of the earth start to slow down and, growth slows down, everything comes to a very gentle stillness, and it looks like nothing is happening. The trees are bare, nothing's blooming, everything's very still, and nature kind of rests and sleeps. And this is what's happening for you right now. And I just feel like you're finding it so very tedious and so very lonely. And there's no buzz, there's an energy of apathy. And I feel like you drive energy and enthusiasm by throwing yourself into your work, just to kind of give yourself almost a feeling of even being alive, to remind yourself that you're here, you're living, you're breathing. I feel like you really anchor yourself in your work and your studies. But again, you are doing the right things. Stop beating yourself up so much. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here, and you think nothing's changing. It's just a slow process. In truth, this Eight of Swords in reverse is about you releasing so many limiting ideas that you had about yourself, about life, about love. It's about you releasing a lot of those limiting and negative thoughts that were creating obstacles for your forward momentum. You're in this positive energy of alignment now. You may feel pulled back into the lower vibrations by this loneliness and longing that strikes you sometimes, this impatience. So, the energies of this reading, Spirit needs you to know that it's okay to just relax and trust in the process. It's happening for you. You're not surrendered yet, but you're moving towards that energy. Your perspective is slowly shifting, slowly changing, and everything is going to be brought into balance. So I know it's frustrating for you to keep waiting, but the message here is to recognize that important growth is occurring right now. It may seem like everything's stagnant and still and nothing's going on. It's like a frozen river. Once the ice thaws, everything starts moving again. You've just got to trust in this period of winter that you're going through energetically. We've got Fox Spirit, think on your feet. Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. And Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Love these energies. Hopefully you've already got some signs that you're looking for, but we're going to be pulling more cards and charms as we go. We've got regeneration, unfinished symphony, yang, and time to go. I was really drawn to straight away with this card how this reminds us of that, that kind of wintry energy of stuff happening beneath the surface, before that growth occurs above the surface. There's definitely a need for a change of direction with you here. As you move through this regenerative period, I feel like you're going to move back into a state of feeling inspired and with a sense of wonder about where you're heading. There does seem to be some confusion about, as I said, what you're meant to be doing and where you're meant to be going. And this is a very independent energy of moving away from something that you're doing now towards something new. Now, if you've been thinking of making a move, whether this is in the home, whether it's in career, in any way, where it could be away from a person, moving away from a situation, the energy here is supporting you in doing that. You needed to hear this sign today. And you are moving towards this new beginning, to this doorway. There's a journey there. It's not an instantaneous change. So this is definitely something you've been thinking about that needs time to kind of be brought to completion. But there's definitely a time for you to move on, to move away from something that's holding you back. We've got masculine energy here as well, and this is the energy of the magician. This is reminding you, it came up reversed here in terms of your current situation, but you have got the skills and tools you need to take powerful control of this situation. I feel this is very strong Aries energy as well coming through here. This is about opening that door again to that sense of wonder. There is a relationship in your background that is still incubating. I'm really noticing how she's sat on top of an egg here, but there is an unfinished symphony. There is love that is moving towards you for completion once it's had this period of incubation and change. Just be open to whatever possibilities present. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide, is such wonderful energy. And wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Think on your feet with the fox. This is about being strategic. It's about really getting your head in the game as far as where you want to go as an individual. Now, in terms of what you need to be doing, deep down, they're saying that that you have the skills and tools you need. It's just about thinking creatively about how you reach those deeper parts of yourself and figure things out. I feel like in many respects you're spiritually quite advanced, but you know, in the absence of someone to maybe mull this over with or to communicate about it in a deep way, someone that gets you, you've kind of gone round in circles and lost trust or faith in the methods which have previously worked for you. So there's definitely a need for some evolution here as far as your tactical approach to healing and advancement is concerned. We've got rediscovery, we've got magnetism, heat, and reaction. So I do feel like there is masculine energy in your zone of awareness, and whether you're aware of it or not, it doesn't feel like it's kind of present in a very impactful way. It feels like something that's kind of just at the edges. It's kind of floating around and may kind of, pop into our line of vision, but it's not always there. There's definitely the energy of something that's being magnetized back to you here as you move towards a more empowered state. You're going to get a reaction. I'm hearing that your awakening triggers their awakening. So this person that's in the background, there's a lot of heat being generated in the energy between you right now that's very magnetic. I'm hearing one of the solutions to you, again, I'm drawn to how this is a very childlike image. This is reconnecting with your depths and the truth of who you are through that inner child exploration, through the reparenting of self. So perhaps that's a trigger for you to go within and focus on childlike journeys and reconnecting and reparenting your inner child as a focus for your healing. But for sure, the work you're doing now and that you're going to be doing, this manifestation work, this aligning with your power and being more tactical in your spiritual and intuitive work, is guiding you towards an energy that's magnetizing all that which you're manifesting. And I feel like you're being fairly generic in your approach to this. This is about saying, I want what's for my highest good. I'm ready to receive everything that's right for me. And I think that's sensible. This is the energy of, really trusting in the forward momentum of the divine energy as well, not trying to control the outcome too heavily, just to ask for what's good for you, what's meant for you, what's going to set your world on fire. So much heat being generated between you and this other person from your past that is reacting to these spiritual and intuitive changes within you. You know, this person's really tangled up in the thought of you, and I feel is going to be popping up back into your zone of awareness fairly soon. Now, before we get the charms out, the guidance cards, I want to remind you that even though this person's coming back round with this energy of completion, at an energetic level right now, this Fool card reminds you that you're not ready for a loving new beginning. But what I feel this is like a round, and the next round. I do feel like some old cycles will be repeated here, and that's not to dishearten you, because I feel like you're going to recognize more strategically this time how much more elevated, ascended and grown you were, and how different they were in their approach. And even though the outcome may cycle back through old patterns, I feel like you're going to be left in a much more positive and renewed and trustful of the future type state. And as I say that, I've pulled Archangel Michael, trusting in heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. If you can hold this magnetism, if you can hold this alignment, the door to union is open, is what I'm hearing. The challenge will be as to whether or not you can hold that energy of alignment. Let's get some charms for you as well. We have got fake news. We've got the IPHM. I'll explain that one in a minute. We've got the Italia. That's come out in so many parts recently. Good vibes. Oh, this tiny one. What's that? Hope. That says hope. We've got the prickly cactus, the yin yang symbol, and we've got love here as well. Now, if you have been, for me, this indicates that some of you, this person that's coming back around as a twin flame, if you've been in that kind of connection, there's definitely a resurgence of good vibe, energy and love coming back up. You've got that hope symbol as well. But for me, this is the cactus is asking you to be on guard, you know, to recognize that you've got to really focus on yourself, focus on your inner compass and stay aligned through this energy. The IPHM badge. Now, the IPHM is actually, I'm an accredited member of this foundation, and it basically checks that people in the holistic field, so I'm a Reiki Master teacher, I'm a hypnotherapist, all the crystal healer, all these different modalities I do, they basically check all my accreditation, and I get this badge to confirm that, you know, I've been checked out by them. So it's like a governing body for holistic practitioners. And when this comes out as a charm, for me, this really communicates that you need to get into service professionally. You know, you need to start helping other people with what you've learned. This could be a sign or message that's unrelated to what I think it's about, because there was this hard work and study here. So perhaps you're already doing this, and this is a sign for you to say, you know, keep going. This is a symbol of peace and global healing and unity. So it might just be a nod towards you being on the right path. I never know what the Italia charm means. Interpret it as you will. Perhaps you have connections to Italy, Italian food. There's something about your situation or something you needed to see. Perhaps it was your sign. Fake news. For me, this is about discernment and about really tapping into your own truth, of being aware that the only guidance that really matters is the guidance within you, that you co-create your path and your way forward. You know, there's lots of good vibes, magnetic energy of rediscovery, you're being asked to trust, lots of good vibes coming your way at the moment, pile 3. And I think you just need to really try and flow with it and trust yourself above all others. We've got magic manifesting as well. Isis, your dreams, visions and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. I love this energy. I feel this is what you've been working towards and you've just not seen productivity or action, and it's happening for you now. And we've got Mexel deck. High learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. This is about expanding on what you've learned. You know, keep going. Recognize it's a process and just be more gentle with yourself as well. And we've got Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. And that's really, really lovely energy. Let go of the fear. It's all going to be okay. Stay in the energy of hope. I hope that was helpful for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning into my reading. Please do let me know in the comments down below if this resonated for you. I love to hear back from you guys. And it does help if you make a note of which pile you've watched anyway, so you'll know not to go over it if you're drawn back to this reading again. And tap the like button if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you tap the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, you will receive an update every time I post. If you'd like to check out my services, which include spirit release, classes and whatnot, you can find all of that information on my website at happysouls1111.com. I'm not accepting private readings at the moment, but if you would like to be the first to know when I do open my diary, make sure you subscribe to the mailing list on my website. And you can also find me on Instagram. I'm over there at happysouls1111. I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Witch's Tarot, which was a gift to me from my beautiful, beautiful student Alessandra from Italy. And you've got this piece of aura-coated rose quartz. You guys are so generous sending me decks. I do really appreciate it. I've got an Amazon wish list down below if you guys would like to contribute. Obviously, it's never expected, but it's always appreciated. And I love this deck, the Witch's Tarot. It's really, really lovely. Okay, so Pile 4, your love life right now. What's going on? What do you need to know? How can you improve it? How can you move forward for your highest good and open more doors to love? And we're asking for a sign as well. Take a nice, long, deep breath and ask the universe for a sign. It could be anything at all. An object, a place, a symbol, an animal, a name, a song, a set of colours, anything at all. And getting a sign just helps, the universe remind you you're on the right track. It helps you validate the messages you hear today as well. It helps you trust in the magic of spirit communication. Okay, so I'm going to ask first what's going on in your current situation. What's going on in your love life right now? So I've got some context and understanding. We know which questions to leave this reading with because it's a reading just for you. You never know quite what's going to come through. This is whatever spirit needs you to know about your love life right now. Let's do this. We have got the 5 of Cups, so you are grieving. We've got the 7 of Wands, barriers, boundaries up. We've got the Star and the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, one more. We've got the Magician in reverse. So I'm hearing that you're momentarily disempowered. You've had some kind of pain that's created a lot of grief. This is the energy of mourning, of remorse, of sorrow, self-pity. It feels like for some of you there's maybe been too much wine. Not for all of you, but definitely there's this real energy of indulging in sorrow, of being in a process of working through some kind of grief or pain, and of being very defensive, very withdrawn through that process. But what's lovely about this is that there's also this energy of hope. We've got a heron here as well. For those of you that are looking for signs, we've got the heron, we've got a dog here specifically, a golden retriever, there's a house and a couple and a baby and a granddad type energy, fireflies and lilies and a mermaid. So it feels like you've been through this before. You know how to pick yourself up and pull yourself back together, and you're still faithful that you're going to have this happy family, that everything's going to be stable and okay. You just don't know how to achieve it right now. You're feeling momentarily destabilized and uncertain about how to move forward. For some of you, I'm hearing you may have lost a parent or grandparent, someone that's been with you since birth. There is definitely the energy of grief here, and it's not clear what you're grieving for, but there is hope that you're going to be okay. For some of you, I feel it's a relationship. One relationship has ended, but you're faithful that there'll be a better one. But for some of you, there could be some genuine loss or grief here around, losing a parent. It feels like some of you may be literally mourning or grieving for a loss. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Don't panic. No one's going to die. If this doesn't resonate for you, please disregard it. It could be that you're already going through grief. If you're not, then that part's not for you. I feel like I need to say that because people panic when I talk about death. I don't get those energies in my readings often. But either way, this person's in a very low spot in their life. These are the energies of being very sad, very, very down, really struggling very hard to cope, you know, but at the same time having this, trusting that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, just being, you know, finding it very difficult to pull yourself towards it right now. So it's definitely someone that's struggling with some kind of grief here. What's the guidance? Yeah, we've got the Three of Swords, so heartbreak. We've got the Empress. So this, for some of you, I think is more likely to be about a man. Again, the Emperor can be a father figure or paternal figure. But I feel this is about a counterpart, a relationship here. We've got the Empress in reverse. The Ace of Swords. And the King of Pentacles. So no, I do think for many of you, for most of you probably, this grief is connected. Again, I am seeing this father figure with the Emperor though, because of the kids in the background. But this feels like the energy of grief because of, for some of you, the romantic connection here, this sense of betrayal. For some of you, someone may have returned to another family. They may have gone back to, left you for a family that they were with before. For sure, with the King of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like a commitment that's come to an abrupt end. This energy of wondering, was this my truth? Was this my person? We've got distorted feminine energy here with this Empress in reverse, again, supporting that energy of feeling disempowered, that Nine of Pentacles, not feeling really stable or able to take care of yourself right now, but desperately trying to get back in control. But it feels like a struggle for you right now. There's lots of very harsh energies that you're contending with in your life. It feels like work may be impacted for you as well. So this feels like a kind of dark night of the soul, bordering on that at least. It's like an existential crisis. And I feel like even though you get very, very low, again, there is this energy of hope and optimism and trusting that you will pull through this, that you will get to the other side. But right now it just feels very, very hard. I just want to get some more cards on this person. But before I move on, for those of you that are looking for signs, we've got fairies here, we've got mountains and children, tulips. We've got a kestrel here, and this looks to be a kestrel or eagle here. We've got a rabbit, grapes as well there, a starry halo or crown. Lots going on in these images. Okay, daisies as well. I want to know more about this person. So you're not talking to them right now. But there you're like, this is the person you can't give up on. This is the person that you want this happy family unit with, and they're not communicating. I've got a cat here, Page of Wands. It feels like they might have another family or another partner somewhere else. We've got that Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. For some of you, this might mean that you have a family with them. We've got another dog here. Lots of dogs coming up in your reading, by the way. And lots of roses in this one. But it feels like, you know, there's definitely lots of children and families involved here. We've got the Lovers in reverse. I feel like this person was meant to be with you and wasn't. They didn't make the choice to be with you. Yeah, there's definitely another woman here, or another person in their life that inhibited them from coming towards you, and maybe even a literal distance. But they didn't want to face that stress. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this person's being a bit of a pussy. They didn't have the courage to go through with this. They didn't have the courage to start over. So let's see what the guidance is for you here. Let's get some more guidance. How do you move out of this and on from this? And what do you do here? Right, we've got, this is the Spirit Animal Oracle. We've got Parrot Spirit, watch your words. We've got Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. And Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. And from the wisdom of the Oracle deck, we've got a leg up, round and around, not for you. Treasure Island. There's a turtle here, there's a chessboard, polar bears, a shell, if you're looking for symbols still, signs, a fortune cookie, an acorn. Right. The thing is, pile 4, as much as you want this person, I feel like you've gone round and round in circles like this with them for a really long time. There's a very karmic flow of energy that exists between you. It's not to say it is a karmic relationship. It could be a bigger soul connection than that. But there's definitely some cycles, patterns that you guys have been going round and round and round so that you can learn. And it feels like you are, you are learning at a very much accelerated pace is what I'm hearing. But in these moments, in these low points when you're not feeling your best, you're getting caught up too much in this idea of how things were meant to be. You are mourning not just what's gone, but you are mourning what you think your life was meant to be like. You are grieving for the life that you've not had. And, Spirit's asking you to recognize, first and foremost, how unhealthy this is. This is about the absence of gratitude, the absence of recognizing the pleasure, pain, joy, and purpose in your every moment, in your present moment. This is where your focus needs to be, to recognize that the treasure available to you that you carry with you. You need to learn to surrender to this power inside of you. This is a lesson that you're still resisting. We've got this treasure box here on the back of a turtle. The turtle is self-supporting. It moves through its emotions with grace, with dignity, with purpose. It's autonomous in doing that. And it carries its home on its back and this treasure trove of love and abundance. This is about recognizing that you really do have everything you need, and that this is the reminder that you need the most, that you are powerful, and you only have these crushing lows because you begin to forget that when this person doesn't show up for you. Your self-worth begins to crash and burn, and you get into this old negative cycle of feeding yourself these words. This is another number 9 card, 45, reducing you to 9. You keep breaking your own heart with these false truths. You're being asked to see the bigger picture, to transcend these negative energies even more, to go above and beyond when it comes to connecting to yourself on the inside, where you can see the whole truth. To believe in yourself, to believe in your ability to grow through this, to reclaim your power through this cycle. Each time you go through this cycle, you're getting a leg up. You're ascending that bit more and more. But, you've got to stop grieving for the life you've not had yet. That indicates a dramatic lack of acceptance for where you're at in your life. It is the opposite of surrender and acceptance. To be grieving for the life you haven't got or you think you're not going to have is a lack of acceptance of who you are, where you are, and what's meant for you. And that energy can't get you to where you need to be. Each time you get that bit higher, but it feels like you always need someone to pull you back. And this time you're being asked to do it on your own. There are so many independent energies here. This person is not for you right now. That's not the strategy. That's not the plan. They're going to come back round. There is something about this connection that cycles back and it cycles back and it cycles back. It's a very fated, destined energy. But you're being called to recognize this power within you, to stop projecting it. You're keeping yourself trapped in so much pain. You're torturing yourself with this grief, grieving for what you've not had, for what you think you can't have. And in sitting in the energy, you manifest more of what you don't want. You know, you're dwelling in that which you don't want or enjoy. That's where your focus is. No wonder you feel rotten. No wonder things aren't transforming in the way you want them to. So this is the Sacred Earth Oracle. We've got revolution. We've got surface. We've got specialization. And we have got renewal. And just for those of you looking for signs, we've got geese up here flying in the background and swallows down here. We've got lots of lilies, lots of butterflies, roses, lots of moons, lots of chakra colours. This is your revolution. This is the cycle that you go through from dark to light, that you keep moving in and out of these energies. You're getting more powerful, more strong every time. And I feel like this is when you break through the surface. This is the energy of becoming who you really are, of awakening. This specialization card is really beautiful. We've got all of these beautiful butterflies here, all of this colourful energy. For me, this is about healing, and I'm seeing how the heart is growing. It's got roots. It's growing into the solar plexus. It's growing in truth. It's becoming authentic. You know, you've been so afraid to be yourself, and, you know, you're being asked to specialise, to focus more intently on this energetic healing, on your ability to manipulate, move and work with energy, to intuit and discern into energy. This is asking you to embrace your psychic ability and development, to recognise the power you have here for renewal and transformation. This is a very exciting time for you, Pile 4. I know that you feel that you're in the gutter right now, that you're, you know, at the lowest of the low. And so I really hope this helps you just see a bit more of that chink of light. Your optimistic nature can grasp this message and take it, because things are about to change for you. They are. Things are about to change for you. You're going to have to pull yourself out of it. There's definitely a message here that you've got to assert your own strength this time. But I don't think you're going to go through that same cycle of pain again in the way that you just have, or that you are doing now. I feel like this is like a rite of passage that is coming towards a stage of completion. We've got White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Yeah, so that cycle is being healed for you. Right, let's get some charms as well. Right, let's see what we've got here. Everything will be all right. It really will. We've got the Three of Swords coming out for you again. We've got the Instagram camera. This is how you keep in touch with your person. This is how you still have contact, is what I'm hearing. We've got Hermit Crab. We've got I Believe. We've got the Bumblebee. We've got the Moth. And we have got Lit. That's the light at the end of your tunnel. It's there. It's waiting for you. I feel this so strongly. Okay. Right. We've also got the Shekinah, Sacred Self. The Miriam, Sacred Vision. And Hilarion, Divine Healing. So this cycle is closing out for you now. This pain, you know, this came out with these beautiful energies. This Three of Swords pain that you're carrying, you know, with this moth, everything's going to be all right. There's the energies of white, purity, innocence, transformation with the moth, coming out of the dark into the light. You know, this pain is going to subside. I know that you trust this now. I know that you believe this now, because you've been through this cycle before. You've just got to keep focusing on the light. The bumblebee for me is always a symbol about getting to work. And with the Shekinah coming out and Sacred Self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. You've got sacred vision and divine healing. You know, you already have an infinite, tremendous amount of power. You've got this beautiful dove of peace here as well, for those of you looking for symbols, and the macabre contained within it. You've got these peace lilies here with the Miriam. This is about you connecting to the power you already have access to. You already know how to go within. You already know how to work with energy. Your person is still keeping in touch with you. You know, you've got to trust and believe. But again, like that turtle energy, the hermit crab carries its home on its back. You're being asked to find that treasure within you, to turn your attention to it one more time. I know you're tired. I know you're bored of this. I know you think it doesn't get easier. But in truth, every time you have one of these big pushes towards the light, you do ascend in a big way. And you're recognizing it this time because you still have this chink of faith and optimism compared to where you were last time when you had this crushing low. As I said, you're closing out that really painful cycle. That's wrapping up anyway. You're not going to have to fall to these depths of darkness again. And now is the time to embrace that twin energy. We've got the Miriam as that twin energy there as well. You know, to choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. To find that gratitude and acceptance within you for what you have now. You are special. You are lovable. You are worthy. You already have so much fulfilled potential to be grateful for. You are blessed. You're protected, and it's going to be okay. Path 4. You've got this. I really hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments. I love to hear back from you guys. It's really lovely to get feedback and to understand if this resonated for you. And it also helps to mention which pile you've watched, because these are timeless readings. So if you do get drawn back to this video, you'll know which pile you've seen already. And thank you so much for tuning in, for being here with me. Make sure you tap the like button. Thank you for subscribing. And if you'd like to get an update every time I post, make sure you tap the little bell icon next to the subscribe button too. If you're interested in any of my services, you can find all the information about them on my website, which is happysouls1111.com. I'm not offering private readings at the moment, but if you would like to be updated next time I do, make sure you subscribe to my website mailing list and you will be one of the first to know. But next year I'm doing some fabulous classes. I hope to see you there. The Reiki attunements I'm particularly excited about. So if you've not done your Reiki energy healer, maybe that's one for you to check out. I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Bye.